Welcome back to another episode of Horton Adventures. In this week's vlog, we're taking you along with us on a moving day, showing you what pack-up of the van looks like after a week stationary. Matt's building out a Toyota Coaster as a camper van for his parents. Something comes back to haunt us. Our worst nightmare happens with Teddy. And we take Wolf for his first drive on the beach. If you're new here, I'm Heidi, and this is my husband Matt and our adventure dog Teddy. We recently sold up our beloved property, bought a big 4x4 van, and have decided to give full-time travel life a go. Our channel, Horton Adventures, shares with you the journey so far. From four-wheel driving, camping, now van life, and all the highlights and realities of taking the road less travelled. This morning we are off to do some chores because it is moving day. So we are off to Invercargill for the weekend. I have got work down there. So we've been parked up in Gore at family for the week. Matt's been working on the bus conversion for his parents. I have been working and have not really picked up the camera, but we thought we'd bring you along for the weekend and give you a bit of a behind the scenes of what it's like to pack up the van and head to the next spot.
In the depths of silence, where echoes remain, you were the sunrise, and I was the rain. A collision of souls, opposing in flight. I was the darkness, you yearned for the light.
Just before we go and do some chores around town, I need to plug in one of my camera batteries. So in this cupboard up here, way down there, I have got my camera battery charger. That was a mish, but it is down there. You can see it blinking away. So I've just turned the inverter on because that charges off 240, but that's just tucked away in there. Leave that charging while we're away. Because we are kind of like back at base, we have the surf, so we're going to do that instead of using the van. That is the laundry done, gas bottle topped up, and now we are in pack up mode. So just popping my jacket away. These pillowcases came with the van when we bought it, and I took the stuffing out of them and I've put our jackets in them. So we use them on the bed as pillows, but they are also storage devices. Next up is the dishes. So sometimes I just leave the dishes in the sink when we travel, but I will quickly wash these and put everything away. Also, just yesterday we moved the towel rack from, it was like down here, we moved it to up here underneath the spice rack, which is a much better spot. It's out of the way for the cooker, but it's still handy to the sink and it's not like taking up all the space. It was kind of annoying, these were like hanging down and you had to kind of like get in underneath them to grab the stuff. Anyway, they were just in a bad spot, so we have shifted that, and we're probably going to put our fruit basket under here, or fruit hammock.
So we stop destroying fruit, eh?
What's that?
So we can stop destroying our fruit.
Yeah, because what did we have? We had kiwi fruit and banana
Mashed together.
pureed down the side of the van after we went into piano flat.
Swings side to side and bashes into the wall. It's not really very good for your soft fruit.
So we're going to make it into more of a hammock, and then it won't be able to bash the fruit up. Alright, so that is pretty much the front all sorted out. So, all we now have to do is make sure all of these are locked. Lock the pantry, top shelves, all the back is sorted. Windows are shut, TV is down, and then in here, I just need to take the shower head. We prefer to drive with the shower head down and then put it in this wee tub that we have, so then it doesn't get the floor wet if any water dribbles out, and it also just contains all of our bathroom gear. And then other than that, just ensure that the hatch is shut and lock the door. Then I need to turn hot water system, turn the pump off. We need to fill up with water, and probably don't really need to dump the grey waste, but we will. And shut the speed. This window's shut. This is the one we always forget. I need to shut that one still when the door is shut. Right, now our water is full.
So what I'm doing here is plugging in our Goal Zero charger, which is this little box down here with battery bank, which is currently plugged in to our freezer, because when we start driving, where it's normally plugged in, that power turns off. So to try and keep the freezer
Don't
cold,
ask us why.
yeah.
It's a Jayco thing.
So to try and keep the freezer frozen, we just plug it into the van up here.
Only on our longer drives, like if we're just doing short drives, it doesn't really matter, like that'll stay frozen. But when we're driving for a bit longer, we plug it in. And also we like to have the Goal Zero charged up because it's free power. So we just plug that in to the van while we're driving. Close this window, and last but not least, grab a snack. And I'm sure there's probably going to be something that we have forgotten to do, because there always is.
We should actually video that when we're like 2 minutes down the road. Did you shut that cupboard?
I think I've been actually pretty thorough this time, but usually, because we've been parked up for longer, but usually when we've just pulled over for lunch or something. Oh yeah!
Our favourite fault is back. Yay!
That lasted 4 days. 4 days, team. Last chore before we hit the open road. I'd love your guesses whether you think we spend more per month on food or diesel. What do you reckon it is? Because those are probably two of our biggest costs living on the road full time. Do you reckon it's diesel? Or do you reckon it's food? Alright, we are currently location scouting around Invercargill, and it's proving to be a little bit more difficult than usual because of the recent storm, and heaps of the parks are still shut. But we're currently at Anderson Park. I'm going to go have a walk around. It is one of the ones that is open. We're just saying that, going for a wee walk around this park, that for the amount of times that we have been to Anderson Park, we've never been in this native bush section, which is funny because we have photographed many weddings here, and I've been here for plenty of family portraits. It is really beautiful, but the light would have to be just right to come in here and under all the canopy to do photos, because the light can get quite muddy and under the trees. But this is quite cool. Teddy thinks that location scouting is awesome.
This is Wolf's first time on the beach.
Yeah. Isn't a Reedy Beach like one of the only beaches in the South Island that you can drive on? Or am I making that up? I feel like there's not many beaches in the South Island you can drive on. His first time on the sand. He's got to practice Wolf for Australia.
Yeah, it should be a whole lot softer over there.
Yeah. So this is our last location scout of the day. Oh, look at the sky. It's cool. It's where all the Invercargill bogans come.
So now for Teddy's favourite time about getting back in the van, getting his feet cleaned.
Good boy.
Hey, how much sand are you going to put in our bed tonight? Probably a decent amount, I imagine.
That is all 3 of our locations for the weekend for photos scouted, and now we are heading slightly back into town. On the edge of town there is an NZMCA park, and we're just going to use that for the weekend and keep it easy. So we're off to find wherever that is, and I could have led Matt astray. I'm not entirely sure it is this way. Okay, yeah. Just keeping it super easy, and it's nice and central, and it's $10 a night, it's dog friendly, and it saves us having to go to a campground or worry about finding freedom camping spots out of town. It's nice and easy, so I can't wait because I am starving. I'm getting hangry o'clock. I found it. And now that we're set up at camp for the night, we unpack the things that we put away, which is pretty much just the TV. And then we turn the seat around. We don't usually turn this one around, often just pull it forward so it's a bit more out of the way. And then we leave it like that. Turn that one round. We'll put the blinds up. TV's back up. And then I just chuck this down the side of the bed. This is us for the night.
Off the trees down.
There's a lot of damage. We have kind of jumped ahead and haven't been filming for the last day. So yesterday I had photo shoots. Today, Sunday, I've got photo shoots this evening, and then we're heading back out of Invercargill. But we've spent 2 nights at the NZMCA park in Invercargill, which has been just a really convenient stopover for us in the evenings, and we're about to leave. But while we are getting picked up, Matt is busy filling the water, and while he's doing the water I am doing the dishes. So if there is the ability to not rush at the water fill station, if there's no one else waiting for it, I kind of use that time to, if I need water for anything like the dishes or anything like that, I run all of that, so I've got a nice deep sink of water to do the dishes instead of worrying about water saving. Once we've got water, we'll stop at the dump station and empty the grey waste. So it's been an eventful 24 hours since we last picked up the camera. We caught up with some family yesterday and did a couple of jobs around town in between my photo shoots, and we ended up having a really chilled out afternoon, just cozy in the van, which was really nice. But unfortunately, while we were catching up with family, Teddy had a run-in with another dog, and he got a not so friendly bite on his back leg. He's kind of nursing a sore leg. He's got a puncture wound in his leg, and I guess the silver linings from the situation is it could have been a whole lot worse. Matt and the people we're with acted really fast and got the dog separated, and I don't know, they've hung out together before, so something just obviously happened, or just a different environment or something, and they kind of just snapped at Teddy, and Matt got him out of there really quickly, and it could have been a whole lot worse. So that is a definite silver lining. The other silver lining to it is that he's actually already on antibiotics because he's got what the vet thought was like maybe just like a cyst in between his paws, and it wasn't clearing it up by itself with us just managing it. So we took him to the vets early last week and they put him on antibiotics. The wound's really small, it's just shallow, and I think the fact that he's already on an antibiotic will probably help. He's a little bit sorry for himself. However, this morning all he wanted to do on, like when we took him out to the toilet, was like walk and run and jump. So he's not feeling that bad. He's definitely feeling better today. He was very slow and stiff and very tender last night, but he is definitely better today, but just still gonna take it very quietly. We've got a couple of places to go around town, making use of the fact that there's like shops in a city to grab some stuff. Matt's got to grab some stuff for the bus build out, so we're going to do that, and then I think we might find somewhere nice to park, have a late lunch. But yeah, bit of a random vlog. I feel like anytime I do a vlog I'm like, how is this going to come together? But I guess that is just van life. Unfortunately, it hasn't been a great weekend for our teddy bear, so appreciate all your well wishes. I know some of you come here to see Teddy's antics, so really appreciate that. And actually, on that note, something I haven't talked about on the channel is we have actually just started up, I created a what is called like a buy us a coffee, buy me a coffee page. The link is in our description. Traditionally, like a buy me a coffee page is you can just jump on and like buy someone a coffee, like send them $5 to go get a coffee. But I have made ours buy Teddy a treat. So if you want to fund Teddy's treat jar, you can jump onto that link that's in our description and buy Teddy a treat, because he is the star of the show, let's be real. So we've created that page for him, and in time I'm going to create like a Teddy's Trailmates membership on there. So if you want to become part of Teddy's club, and I've got some plans for some Teddy focused content, and yeah, I've got plans for that. It's just executing them. I'm slowly going to build that up, but yeah.
Do you want to talk about my slippers? Gotta get yourself a pair of driving slippers, guys. Shit's next level.
Shit, you're random.
Good, eh?
Figuring out all the fittings that he needs for the plumbing in the bus.
Yep, it goes out of the tank. Now I just need to fill it.
Once you let the light in, you won't see the beautiful stars shining down from afar. No, I ain't afraid of the dark. I don't mind the rain, bringing life back. We can breathe again when dealing with the pain. No, I don't mind the rain. That's the way it goes. Life will teach you what you need to know. Like a river flows, life will take you where you need to go. Getting old don't bother me, 'cause with eyes that's been through life, it's so much easier.
This is my specialty. Dumpling soup. Yeah. I don't even know what it's called. Like, just one pot dumplings. Kind of just turns like a pack of dumplings into more of a meal. I put some pak choy in, and then I've started putting like one pack of noodles in, which kind of just stretches it even more, but it's good. It's very tasty.
Very tasty, I agree.
Right, bone apple tea. Cheers.
That's the way it goes. Life will teach you what you need to know.
I spent the afternoon behind my camera doing back-to-back mini portrait sessions with 6 different families, and then it was time to head back to base for the coming week of editing.
Morning guys. Well, we're back down in Gore, camped up at my parents' place for the month while Heidi's got photography during November, and yeah, during the week I'm actually going to be doing a bit of a project for my parents, so let's go have a look at it. Yeah, so this is Mum and Dad's new purchase, Toyota Coaster bus. Bit of a blank canvas at the moment. All stripped out, ready for us to start building it out to a camper. So that's what I'm going to be doing for the foreseeable future, and I'll yeah, give you guys a bit of a look at what I'm doing. Even more progress. All the carpet and the factory vinyl out of here, and mount the wastewater tank and figure out where the shower is going to go. Ran into a problem straight away. The plastic grey water tank that we got didn't fit, so we had to do a bit of a pivot, and Dad's got a fair bit of scrap metal lying around, so found this old LPG canister and they've modified it extensively so that it will fit and it sits up nice and tight underneath the bus. I've just been busy making a heap of measurements and plans and stuff and drawing it all out, but yeah, we've just got a heap of supplies today. Some plywood for the walls and all the cabinetry and everything, birch ply for the ceiling. Yeah, so that's the plan for this week, just to start working on the interior and yeah, try and get some of the main structure in place and then move on from there.
I just want to show you something. We are pulling stuff apart in the bathroom again, but Matt is under, well, he has been under the van. He's got a little helper. Hey, me? Are you helping Dad? Let's just put the blanket out so he can lie under the bus and look at some plumbing. He's got a little helper. Yeah, so anyway, don't ask, but we will leave you there. In the next episode we are planning to do a full tour and walkthrough of the van, so we'll catch you in the next one. See you, bye.